At long last, Darktide is finally upon us. I have been playing a bit of this game throughout some of the various betas, and today I will be going over the 4 base careers and how they work. If you played Vermintide 2 previously and are now moving on or including Darktide into your gaming repertoire, expecting abilities and talents and stuff like that, you will not be disappointed. However, it's laid out a little bit differently than in Vermintide 2. Each career has a number of different perks that make them unique. Going from left to right here, the first one is called Blitz. This will be your grenade trait or your grenade equivalent trait. Next one over is called Aura, and similar to how careers in Vermintide 2 such as Foot Knight, Outcast Engineer, and Huntsman all have passive auras, every single career in Darktide has their own unique aura. And when allies are inside the range of that aura, that's called being in coherency. Next up in the middle is your main ability. Some people call these ultimates or ultimate abilities if you're unfamiliar with the term. It's all the same. But this will be some kind of action that you can control. And finally on the right you have what's labeled as iconic. And these are your more traditional passives. Now that you know the very basics, let's talk about the careers. First up, we're going to talk about the Veteran. The Veteran is just a regular old human. His Blitz perk is called Frag Grenade, and is essentially just a standard grenade that explodes after a short duration. Pretty standard for an Imperial soldier. His aura is called Scavenger. Allies in coherency gain a small amount of ammunition whenever an elite is killed. His ability is called Volley Fire. During Volley Fire, your ranged weapon is instantly equipped, non-Ogryn elite and specialist enemies get tagged for you, and you deal 50% increased range damage. He also possesses 2 passives. Make Every Shot Count allows you to do an extra 15% weak spot damage, which is just headshot damage as far as I can tell. And the second one is called Be Prepared, which gives you a 40% additional ammo reserve for all ranged weapons. Next up is Zealot. His Blitz perk is called Stun Grenade. It does exactly what you would think it would do, and it's really handy for getting revives in the middle of a big horde. His aura is called the Emperor's Will, plus 7% toughness damage reduction for allies in coherency. His ability is called Chastise the Wicked. Zealot dashes forward, he gets half of his toughness back instantly, his next melee attack is a guaranteed crit that does 25% extra damage. And unlike the Veteran, the Zealot has 3 passives. Swift Exorcism is a plus 10% melee attack speed. His second passive is called Martyrdom, plus 5 damage for each 15 missing health, stacks 3 times. Not completely dissimilar from the Zealot of Vermintide 2. And then his final passive, Until Death. Gain invulnerability from lethal damage for 5 seconds every 90 seconds. Now we have the Ogryn. His Blitz perk is called Big Box of Hurt. You throw a whole box of grenades for high single target damage. And yes, the Ogryn is literally too stupid to pull a pin on a grenade, so he just chucks the whole box at an enemy. His aura is called Intimidating Presence, plus 10% damage for heavy melee attacks for allies in coherency. His ability is called Bull Rush. It's a charge forward that knocks over enemies, and you also gain 25% attack speed and movement speed for 5 seconds. Ogryn, like the Zealot, has 3 passives. Thick Skin gives plus 20% toughness and health damage reduction. Excessive Force gives plus 25% melee stagger. And finally, Loyal Protector. Picking up allies cannot be interrupted by being damaged, and Ogryn is really good on a squad. And then finally we have the Psyker. If you're a fan of Sienna from Vermintide 2, this is probably the closest thing to that. His Blitz perk is called Brain Burst. This allows you to target an enemy and then deal very high single target damage from range. You basically cast a big lightning bolt and zap their brain. It's pretty awesome. His aura is called Kinetic Presence. Allies in coherency gain plus 10% damage against elite enemies. His ability, Psychonetic's Wrath, quells 50% of his peril, which is essentially what Overheat was in Vermintide, and then staggers a number of enemies in front of you. Psyker has 2 passives. The first is called Warp Siphon. This allows you to gain a warp charge when you kill an enemy with Brain Burst. You can stack up to 4 warp charges, and each one grants you plus 3% damage. And then finally, his other passive is called Battle Meditation, which is a 10% chance to quell 10% peril on a kill. And there you have it, guys. There's all of the basic things to know about the 4 careers in Darktide. That's it for me, guys. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe to this channel, leave me a like, and maybe leave me a comment down below telling me about your favorite character to play in Darktide or which one you're looking forward to. I also have a Discord with over 2,000 people in it that play both Darktide and Vermintide 2, so maybe consider joining that. Link in the description down below. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next video.